a brave thing for me to, put myself out there because I have been a very introverted person all my life. So it was something that I knew that I need to do. And if I want to do something big, I need to put myself out of the comfort zone. I didn't know how to do it, but I just knew I have to do it. At the beginning, I wouldn't even open my camera because I was that kind of introvert person. It took some time for me to show up on camera, talk to all those prospects, but it slowly began the journey. Video content started to do well, but I wasn't able to, put myself out there because I was too shy. I know, like, you start somewhere and then only you learn and grow.
I'm Tiffany Gilliland, your host of the Business Bravery podcast. I'm an Australian business and mindset coach and marketing service provider with 13 years of experience in online marketing. I help coaches sign clients and grow their business with more confidence and less stress using my Business Bravery framework. It's all about simple steps that actually work so you can build a profitable business that lights you up and feels sustainable. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to join me for Brave Coffee Connections, my free monthly Zoom gathering for coaches and service-based business owners. It's not another networking pitch fest. Instead, you'll connect through powerful questions, small group conversations, and a short visualization to set you up for the month ahead. These deeper connections often lead to collaborations, referrals, and even new clients. Find out more about this free monthly Zoom gathering at tiffanygstudios.com/connections. That's tiffanygstudios.com/connections. I'd love to see you there. In this episode, I had the pleasure of chatting with lovely Dutta, the founder of Social Delight, a full-service social media agency helping founders, coaches, and entrepreneurs around the world grow authentic personal brands. Lovely started her career as a freelancer, blending creativity and courage to turn her passion into a thriving agency. Today, she leads a talented team of women on a mission to make personal branding accessible and powerful for ambitious leaders everywhere. In our conversation, Lovely opens up about her journey of growth, visibility, and resilience, from rebuilding her LinkedIn presence to leading a global agency with purpose. We talk about how to show up online with confidence, build trust through authentic storytelling, and turn visibility into real opportunities for your business. With that said, this is an amazing episode, and I can't wait to share with you lovely stories of business bravery, past, present, and future. Now, who's ready for some business bravery inspiration? Let's dive in. Hello, everybody. I am super excited to be here with my amazing guest today, lovely Dutta. Thank you so much, lovely, for taking the time to share your stories of bravery. Just first to give us a bit of an idea about, like what you do and who you help and all that kind of stuff before we dive into all the cool bravery stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so excited to talk to you today, share about my journey, experience, and in general, because I have seen your podcast and I am quite a fan of yours already. So I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to you today. So yeah, I'm Lovely. I run a social media agency and a social media and personal branding agency actually called Social Delight, and we help coaches or founders grow their social media presence or their personal brand on LinkedIn, Instagram, or relevant social media profiles. So yeah, I have a small team of ambitious women along with me working on my agency. And yeah, I have also started working on my own personal brand in terms of growing my social media presence, so speaking in different events, of course sharing my journey through podcast and all those platforms that there are now. So yeah, I'm quite excited to share more in detail as we go forward with the session.
Definitely. I'm so excited. There's so many questions that I want to ask and all of the goodness. But let's start with the bravery side of things first. So, like, what brave things or things slightly out of your comfort zone are you working on in your business at the moment?
You mean right now? So yeah, actually, it's a quite an exciting time for our agency and from the business front. So I am leading Social Delight, which is a social media and personal branding agency, just as I mentioned. And the brave thing that we are currently working on is, along with our client services and all those building, personal brand for our clients, we are also launching a lot of digital products, and a newsletter is coming very, very soon this month itself. We are launching a LinkedIn playbook where I share all my experience of, growing on LinkedIn, or like we have helped multiple clients grow on LinkedIn. We have helped, like I grew my own LinkedIn to significant numbers. So I have put together all of those things in a playbook, and I am, going to be launching that very, very soon. So yeah, apart from our agency services, we are also now focusing on the different kind of scalable digital assets that we can, in further scale to a different level. And yeah, that is one of the primary and brave thing that we're currently working on right now. And apart from that, I'm also, putting myself out there a lot more as the founder of the agency. I'm speaking at different events. I'm, attending different community meetups, sharing my personal journey through podcast and all these different kind of events that I have been invited to. So yeah, it's been a definitely a brave thing for me to, put myself out there, because I have been a very introverted person all my life. So it was something that I knew that I need to do, and I knew that, if I have to, if I want to do something big, I need to put myself out of the comfort zone. So yes, I do consider this as a very brave step for myself and the agency. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. You have so much going on with your agency and scaling, and of course, the LinkedIn playbook, which I'm going to ask a ton of questions about later. And for those of
Absolutely.
you listening, know that there's a story that I want to talk to Lovely Dutta about where I read about it on social media. This is how we connected. And that was how, like, you had this, pretty big, decent following on LinkedIn, and then one day you logged in and it was gone and you had to start again from scratch. And I just like that's a story that I definitely want to dive into in a little bit later. But for now, I'd love to know, like, in terms of you being an introvert and getting out there and, you know, doing these brave things and being more visible and that kind of thing, what's been the hardest part of that, or maybe like the biggest shift in your mindset that you've had to go through to be able to do that?
Oh yeah, mindset shift has been a big part for me, because like, let's be real, like we all have our limitations, right? We are all, like, fighting something or other inside. But when you know you have a bigger ambition, the bigger things are at stake, then you have to put yourself, out of those mindset blocks that hold us back. So that was the case for me as well. And it truly hasn't been like, overnight I have been, like, become a confident person. No, that's not how it was at all. I started my journey like at a very young age. Like, I started in 2020. Like, it was peak lockdown. I was stuck at home. My graduation was like final exam, final year of exam was about to be happening that year itself, and we were learning online. And but there was not much to do at that point of time. So I also understood that, my family needs some financial support from my end. So I started searching how I can, get into and get to do something. I wanted to do MBA at that point, but I knew that I can't afford that financially. So I was like, what is the better alternative? So I came across this online course about freelancing, and I was quite interested about it. And that was the first thing, that was out of my comfort zone, because it was an online business. It was like, me interacting with people from outside of my country, from around the world, online. And I was so scared. I didn't know how to do it, but I just knew I have to do it. So I at the beginning I wouldn't even, open my camera, because I was that kind of introvert person. And it was like early in the phase, but I realized later that it is costing me business, because when you have a face, it builds trust, right?
Yeah.
So slowly it took again some time for me to, show up on camera, talk to all those prospects. But it slowly began the journey. I also came from a, very lower middle class family, so I went to a like a school that didn't have the English as the primary language. So that was another thing that I had to, fight, because all my clients were from around the world. I had to speak fluently in English. So I slowly, with practice, with time, things came to me. And even from at that time, I wouldn't be, showing up on my Instagram with videos and stuff. And that point, video content were doing really well, like that started to do well, but I wasn't able to, put myself out there, because I was too shy. But again, it I knew that the results the people who are showing up are getting, I'm not getting. So I have to make some changes in my mind, that is like, pulling me back from making progress. So yeah, the first few videos were so bad, I can tell you, but I know, like, you start somewhere and then only you learn and grow. So yeah, I try to work on my mindset. I try to tell me that no, there's nothing, like nobody's judging you actually. People are too busy with themselves to, judge you. They want to talk about talk more about themselves. So slowly the video started doing well, and that gave me confidence. And again, I started, showing up in a more authentic way, that, showing up more about myself, like putting myself out there on videos, on content. And yeah, it has been a journey. I would never say that it was like overnight thing. It has been a long journey, but slowly the confidence came to me. I also like, caught up with the kind of confidence I needed to show up. And that was also the point I started, posting on LinkedIn, and that kind of changed my mindset completely, because I started posting my picture along with the, valuable content, and it started picking up. So I knew that putting myself out there is going to get me better attract, like, business, better opportunities. So yeah, that's how, my decision to go on to speaking events, going on to, community meetups, and going on to such podcast started. And that's how it's been, like from that introverted person, I still deep down am an introverted person, because I struggle to, when I am in a circle of new people, I will probably struggle to, initiate conversation or something. But when I have to talk about work, when I have to talk about business, that comes very naturally to me now. So yeah, it's been a journey, but I'm so glad that I have overcome all the introvert self and become a better and more confident person. I'm sure I have a still long way to go, but yeah, that's been a journey so far, and I'm quite proud of it.
Oh my gosh, such a powerful journey too. And I just want to say, like, you're not alone in that. Like, I started out, like, my first year in running a business for myself. I, like, didn't tell any friends and family what I was doing, and I was just, quietly online. And then, I started with the videos, and my first videos were horrible, and I was sort of like stammering and stuttering. And I mean, this is my first language. My second language is German, and if I had to do it in German, like they just, there's no way I could do business level German. So I completely admire all of the stages and the steps that you've gone through with all of that stuff. Like, yeah, such a journey. And now, like, you have an agency, and like, how many people do you have working for you?
Currently, I have a team of seven, like except me, there are seven women working with me.
Yeah.
So
Wow. That's amazing. Just before you said that the videos started doing well when you were doing them, how did you know what like what was doing well? Like what does that look like? A certain amount of likes, or were they actually leading to clients as well? Or how, like, what's the specifics on that?
yeah, basically the thing is, like, on Instagram, especially, there was a time in 2021, 2022, when video content was something that was Instagram pushing itself, right? They wanted us to create more video content.
Mm.
So that's how, like, I was also asking my clients to start doing video content, and I could see the results even my clients were getting. Even though I myself was not putting much content for myself, because I was too busy with all the client work. At that point, I pivoted to an agency, and I knew that now when I am pivoting to an agency, I have to start putting myself more out there, because I'm the founder of the agency, and my personal brand is going to affect the agency's business as well. So that was the point I started posting. It was 2023 only. I took a lot of time to start posting videos actually, but I ultimately did start posting more videos. And yes, likes of course is one of the key metrics we measure content performance by. But there were also other things, like the DMs that I kind of was getting, like because in a video you can share a lot more context to the point that you are trying to make. So that was connecting with my ideal clients, my ideal client persona. So yeah, and I was also getting a lot of referrals, and those referrals, when they are coming to my profile, the trust was getting built instantly, because video does put a lot of, does add a lot of trust factor, because it's a person speaking, and nothing more can be more trustable than that. So yeah, definitely in terms of business, we were getting more businesses. Also in terms of brand collaborations that I was offered from a few brands for their promotion, that was another thing that also was part of business revenue. So that was another thing. Then in later 2024, I started getting opportunities to speak at events, like, to talk about personal brand in their events, then podcast invites as well. So it has been like a step by step progress, but all of those things showed me that the video content that I was putting out was working. And of course the other content was also working in its own way, but video content was, working the best because it was instantly trust building factor for my audience.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, such a lot there. And I just want to shift a bit now, I think, like into your LinkedIn story, because you've explained a lot about how you got started and
Yeah.
brave and got out there and being the face and everything. Tell us a bit more about the LinkedIn story from the beginning. Let's go through that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the closest to my heart also. Also, like a little bit, of course, difficult, like, phase of my life, but I'd be glad to share the whole experience. So basically, when I started in 2020, I started, as a freelancer, and I knew there were different platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all those platforms could get me clients. I started on LinkedIn, I started, set up my account and stuff, but I didn't post as such. I was not able to understand how LinkedIn worked. So I just kept it as it is. I probably would just connect with a few people and that's it. And it wasn't until even, 2023 that I took LinkedIn seriously. So in the beginning, like, in March or April of 2023, I thought like, okay, let's start again, start posting on LinkedIn. I can see a lot of people are getting great responses and great results from the platform. So why not? Why not try it? And as a social media manager, it's my job to, explore other platforms and see which platform is working the best right now. Because when I have the credential of my, growing my own platform, I can show that to my future prospects and, tell them, okay, see, I have grown this platform and I can do the same for you. So I was like, it was like an experiment for myself as well and for the agency as well. So yeah, I started posting and I could see that the posts were getting really good traction because of course the content piece was good and all those things, right? I could see, we are getting good responses. The follower was increasing rapidly. So I started from around 20,000, like 1,500, and in 6 months we hit 10K. So I was like, okay, that's something. Of course, that's not a like, slow growth. That was a quite a fast growth.
Mm.
And in another month, it was
Sorry,
like,
just before you move on, is it right if I ask, how did you go in the 6 months to 10K? What was the strategy?
yeah.
Was it like reaching out to people, a certain amount of people per day, or?
Okay, so it was mostly content focused. So we were posting a lot of content on our niche. So we were like, start providing social media management services at that time and social media growth. So I would create a lot of content around social media growth strategies, about LinkedIn growth strategies, or my own personal journey as well, because that aspect is what sets LinkedIn apart, because that is your personal brand and it's not just about the work, it's also about yourself. So I would pick three pillars, like, a social media growth strategy, LinkedIn growth strategy, and my personal life. And then I would post content in these areas, and those posts started doing well. We would also, engage actively on the platform, engage with other creators, connecting with their, like, people who we think our ideal audience are. And then we would engage with a lot of big creators accounts to, gain more visibility. So yeah, that was mostly it. Of course, we had, the LinkedIn optimization done on our profile so that anybody who searches for certain keywords, our profile would show up. All of those small technicalities. And because the content was really good and the audience was finding value in it, they would of course follow you, right? Then the following started. And by October, November, we had already hit 13K followers. It was a small time, but we grew, very rapidly. But I don't know what exactly happened. I haven't still figured it out, but there was like something misunderstanding from LinkedIn's algorithms end or whatever that was. I was like, suddenly I couldn't log in and they showed like, okay, your account has been temporarily restricted. So I was of course shocked, like, how did this even happen?
That's
We
everyone's
haven't
worst
violated.
nightmare.
Yeah, like we haven't violated any rule or regulations. We showed them all the proofs that okay, we have done this. We have not violated any reason. Like any, there was no reason for us to get restricted. I think someone was trying to hack the profile, and the platform thought that is a bot, and they restricted the profile. And when we again verified with all our identity proof, like all my identity proofs, all the documents that they asked for, I shared everything. But LinkedIn, didn't respond as well, and they just said, okay, it will take 2-3 months for us to sort this issue. But the thing is that 2-3 months is a long time for a business that depends on LinkedIn. So I was like, that's, I cannot wait for them to solve this issue. And then even if after 2-3 months they say, okay, we'll need another 6 months, we cannot be waiting for that kind of period. And we have already grown the account. We know what like what needs to be done to grow our LinkedIn account. So why even stop here? Why do we wait? Let's start again from scratch. Of course, that was like not the first thought that came into my mind. Of course, I was sad at the beginning. I was really upset because we put in so much effort, not just me, my team as well. They were, of course, helping me with managing the platform because I had a lot of other stuff to do as well. And I was like shocked how this could happen. But after, of course, our 2-3 days, I was like, okay, let's not let not this moment define us. Let's just try again and figure this out, like how to sort this. So again we started. We took a month of gap and to figure all those things out, to communicate with LinkedIn and all the document submission and all those things that needs to be done. We did it everything, but still nothing was working. So I was like, let's scrap this. It's a new year. It was 2024 beginning, so it's a new year. Let's start again from scratch. And yeah, that's just how we got started posting content again. And from 2024 January till like this month, we have again hit 28K. So it's been a like 1.5 year, more than 1.5 year, and we have hit 28K again. So by the like end of last year itself, we grew to 20K followers. So like we did it twice, if you see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's okay. Sometimes technicalities, all the technology and platform, all not everything is in our hand all the time.
Mm,
But what is in our hand is the strategy that we can put. It's the hard work that we can put to grow a platform.
yeah.
So that's just how I,
Yeah.
again do my LinkedIn. And yeah, things have been great, to be honest, since then. Even better than the previous engagement. Like in our new account, the engagement was way higher than what it was in our before, like the previous account. The opportunities that came through my LinkedIn has been like blessing in itself. Like clients, of course, clients are always coming, booking call, that is there. But the kind of opportunities that I got, personally in my life, like the speaking events, the podcast invites that I got through LinkedIn, has been really like for great for me. Because I did always, like since that moment I decided that okay, I will be putting myself out there. I was determined that how do I put myself out there? I can go to speaking up events and speak about my experience, my journey, my learnings that I have by building my personal brand. I can share those experience, share my learnings. And those opportunities came to me through LinkedIn, so I am always grateful. Sometimes things happen, but that is for better. So
Yeah.
I never took that moment as a setback. I always knew that was an opportunity for me to go further and make some better outcome out of this.
Mm,
So yeah, that's how the whole LinkedIn journey escalated. And LinkedIn still has been like in one of our primary platforms for our business, for my own self.
mm.
And it has given us like great revenue and great like rate of interest. So yeah.
Mm. Let me take a quick break from today's episode to invite you to something special I've created for you. It's called Brave Coffee Connections. This is a free monthly Zoom gathering for coaches and service-based business owners. It's not another awkward networking event. Instead, it's about creating genuine connections that can lead to collaborations, referrals, and even new clients. Here's how it works. We start with a powerful question to spark brave moves in your business. You'll reflect for a few minutes, then connect with like-minded coaches and service providers in a brave breakout room to share and be inspired. We do 2 rounds so you meet different people and get fresh perspectives. Then we end with a short visualization to wire your brain for success, and each of us commits to one brave action for the month ahead. Every month we focus on a different theme like bravery, money, or visibility, and it's all about connecting on a deeper level without the pressure or the pitch. You can grab your free spot at tiffanyGstudios.com/connections. That's TIFFANY G for golf, studios.com/connections. I look forward to seeing you there. And I hear a lot of times, like, especially when one of the social media channels goes down, like, oh, Instagram went down, and then all of the email marketers come out of the woodwork and go, you should have an email list. When that happened to you, did you have an email list at the time? Like, was that, or were you sitting there going, I should have an email list?
No, no, like I do see why they would say that, and it's
Yeah.
probably true. It's I don't disagree with that. Social media is, I always say, even if I'm like managing social media platforms, I would never say like, that is the only source of where your revenue can be. Email is a great, great, great like, platform for you to build on. No, we didn't really have any email system at that time.
Yeah.
But I always had my Instagram, because Instagram was actually my primary platform since like my beginning of my freelancing career. So that account was still there. My
Mm,
agency account was still there. So the personal brand was already built in a way that people knew whom
mm,
I was, and they have probably heard about me somewhere or something like that. So when we restarted also, that helped. Like having a substantial backing on another platform definitely helped me to regain the
mm,
footing on LinkedIn. I didn't have email system at that point, but that has been one of my priorities since then, that to develop my email list and stuff. So yeah, definitely, and that was always on my mind. But at that time, I was too busy with too many things, because I was also completing my MBA at that time. I
mm,
was running my agency. I had a team to run. I couldn't focus on that. But this year, I have like focused on my email, building my email list, building the other business aspect of
mm.
agency. So yes, as I mentioned, I'm launching my playbook. I'm launching my newsletter. So all of those are like different way of building an audience. So yes,
Mm.
definitely,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get where they're coming from. But even if like, see, the thing is that there's no one
mm,
rule or one way of doing things. You can
yeah,
do it your way and figure things out. So if you think email is the better platform, like better source of revenue for you, please go for it. If you think
mm,
LinkedIn is a better revenue for source for you, go for it.
mm,
Just
mm,
figure out what is working for you and your business, and just stick to it.
mm.
Don't We don't have to hear all the noises coming from everywhere, right? Because everyone has their own opinion. But you
Yeah.
have to see what is working for, like the best for your business, because that's only unique to you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I've been saying for a long time, the thing about business is there's not one right answer, there's 100 right answers. And part of why I asked you about the email list is because, I mean, I've been running like this business sort of since 2017. And, at one point I was right into email and then it was just like too much to handle. So I scaled back and
I
yeah,
understand.
I'm getting back into it again. And yeah, it's just one of those things that I'm just I hear about that stuff in social media. I'm like, did you have an email list too? Like, were you like me? Were you like, ah?
No, no, totally. I understand that. It's a journey in itself, right? It's like we are trying something different. We are trying another thing and seeing what is, working best for us, and then figuring things out. So business in general is like that. Business
Mm,
is like, figuring
yeah,
things out. I think that should be the name of business anyway, because it's like you don't know everything at any point. Like even if you think, okay, I have like been in business for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, but there's
yeah.
still something to learn every day.
Mm,
So
definitely.
it's
Yeah.
a constant process, and anyone who tries to sell that, oh, we know everything and we can change your life forever, they are just lying.
Mm,
Even if like we are promoting our services, we never say all those like extra fancy promises, because that's not true. Because business doesn't depend on just one thing, it depends on
mm,
so many other things. You can just fake promise to people and say like, I can bring in so many, like so much of revenue for you
mm.
from one source, because that's not how business works at all.
Yeah, definitely. And in fact, I mean, I've seen it like I've been doing social media services and stuff myself, and other parts, websites, all that sort of stuff since 2011. And I've seen with clients where you like they can have like the exact same strategy, but it just like the implementation, they get different results because they're different people. There's just the audiences can be slightly different, and yeah, it's and then a lot of it can be that mindset and belief side too. So
Absolutely. So true. So absolutely true. It's all about the implementation actually. Because you can, even if I'm teaching the same thing to two different people, the implementation for both will be very, very different because those people, how they implement further is not the same. It can never be the same. So
mm,
I totally agree with you.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay, so you talked to us about the beginnings of your business and the bravery there, and then the bravery around LinkedIn and starting a whole new channel and everything. You also talked about the playbook. Does the playbook share like the same strategies that you went through to build that big following in such a short amount of time, or is there other stuff in the playbook? Or
Absolutely. It's like a complete LinkedIn blueprint, you can say. Like the step-by-step process one needs to follow if they want to start LinkedIn from scratch. So it's not like just about the growth, it's also about like a lot of people doesn't even know how LinkedIn works, the functionality of the platform, how different features there are, like it can be a gold mine. So I will be like breaking down everything from scratch, step by step, and how to do content strategy, how to do engagement, how to do searching of leads, how to set up a lead generation funnel from LinkedIn. So everything will be broken down in like a small understandable and like easy to understand for the people who doesn't know how LinkedIn works. And yeah, that's the playbook all about. I will also share my experience, how I grew my LinkedIn, the steps I followed for the last 2 years. So yeah, everything is going to be packed in a playbook, and I'm happy to share that with my audience. And it will be free,
awesome.
by the way. It will be completely
Oh,
free.
wow.
Yeah, it will be free. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
I want people to understand LinkedIn because I definitely think LinkedIn is one of the greatest platform there are. Even if I have lost one of my LinkedIn account, but I don't blame it on on them or on anybody because that's just how the journey of the course is, and it's okay. But the platform has given me so much. I can just only give something back to the platform and to the people who want to grow on there.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, part of the reason why I've been asking is just because, I mean, I only have so much capacity. I just have a couple of assistants who work for me in my business on the services side and then, the coaching side. And we post on LinkedIn, but it doesn't get my focus and my attention, and I don't do enough over there. And every now and then I log in maybe once or twice a week, and somebody's like been waiting for me to get back to them for days. And yeah, it's just like, oh, Instagram and kind of Facebook is sort of a secondary, but it's sort of like I
Yeah,
just had to focus somewhere to get some sort of traction rather than spreading wide. Yeah. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to get back to it. And I'm like, oh, playbook. Oh, yeah, easy. So that's why I'm asking.
I would love for you to, take a look at the playbook and let me know your feedback itself. But
Mm,
yeah, definitely, I do agree that, like, especially for your business, like, I have seen, like, what you do and everything. And
mm,
LinkedIn can be, like, the greatest platform for you, I can say that. So, totally focus on the platform, sharing your value, sharing about yourself, sharing about your journey. It can also, get many new opportunities for the podcast itself because there are, like, the potential is endless there. We just have
mm,
to use it rightly and we have to be very, very consistent. That's one of the key things I would mention for any growth in general, but definitely for LinkedIn growth: consistency. You cannot just post one day and post again maybe 2 weeks later, because LinkedIn hates that. LinkedIn algorithm wants you to be on their platform posting every day. So once you do, they will give you the love back by pushing your content to your ideal audience. So
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, the that word consistency, like sometimes like I love it, but then sometimes I also
I
kind of hate it a little bit.
I know. I totally get that. See, the thing is that that's what we help our clients with. Like, most of our clients come with that problem itself. Like, we cannot maintain the consistency. We have the ideas, we have the, the things that we want to share, but we don't have the time, because of course they run a business, like you also run a business, right? That's so
Mm.
much to do every single day that it's not possible to, focus on social media platforms. But that also is like one of the biggest generation, like revenue generator for you. So it's like a thing loop, that
Yeah.
both are interconnected, but we have to focus on
Mm.
them, and then we don't have time for that. So it's a struggle. I totally understand, don't worry.
Mm. Actually, I've got one question, and I know this isn't to do with Bravery, but it is to do with LinkedIn. One of my things that has me holding back from LinkedIn a little bit is that it feels like it should be more professional. And, like I still have old contacts from when I had day jobs and, like those people are people I know in real life. And I kind of, I don't know, like, is it still this
Yeah.
professional place or is it more, is there more room for, I don't know, like creativity and craziness?
I That's such a great question, That is actually one of the main thing most people don't post on LinkedIn for, because they think that I am not probably, I'm not fitting in the the mold LinkedIn has said. But the
Mm,
good news is LinkedIn has evolved a lot in the last couple of years, and the platform is in the same, like, the only boarding job research platform.
mm,
It has become more of a personal brand showing platform. And personal brand is what? Personal
mm,
brand is you.
mm,
It's you in your truest self. Of course, not like we, of course, there has to be some strategy behind it, but the thing that you have to share, the thing that you are doing, that thing that you want to build, the vulnerabilities, the truth about you, everything is welcome on that platform now, because people are understanding the landscape is changing, and people are, like, opening up more on the platform. They are sharing their struggles, not just the wins. So yes, it's more like, it's, I think that it's the best time right now to grow a brand on LinkedIn, because the platform has opened up so much more in terms of, the professionalism, the thing that there was. I understand that was also something that I was struggling with when I started in 2020, that I was not like, it's not professional enough, like, the content that I'm thinking of. But we don't have to be professional level. We just have to, share some value that at least even one person can, find some context from.
mm,
So yes, definitely don't think like, it's because there's never a right time, even the platform changes later on. There will never be a perfect time for us to get started. So the
mm,
time is now. Let's get started. Let's start posting content. Let's start seeing some traction, and then mold our strategy accordingly to make it fit, like, to fit it better, to represent you the way you want to. So yeah, definitely it's a great time to, focus on LinkedIn, I would personally suggest.
mm. Oof, oh man. I'm so excited now. I'm like, oh, I can't wait until the playbook comes out and it's coming out in a few weeks, right? Is
Yes,
that's the
yes,
plan.
this month
Yeah.
itself.
So it'll probably be out before this gets edited and goes live. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope so. I would love to share the link along with the podcast, definitely, so that people can, check this out and sign up if they want to.
Mm, very, very exciting. So then what brave things do you have coming up in the next 3 to 6 months? Like other than this freebie, is there something more on the speaking side or other things that you have coming up?
Yeah, definitely. The LinkedIn playbook is one of the major thing that we are launching recently, like in next couple of months. Then there's a plan for some digital products that we want to sell to, scale our business. I have a few ideas, because I think by now I have like gained some experience and some expertise that I can share with others who are probably at a beginner level. And I do see a lot of demand for it. I keep getting DMs about, please share your experience, please share your some expertise. And I think it's just better to package it in a product format and sell it if there are chances. So
Mm,
definitely that's something I am looking forward to. Speaking opportunities, yes, I am open to more speaking opportunities. We like host a community event called Link Meet in our like city. So we have already done a four version of it. Like we are coming up with the fifth version very very soon. So that is the like scaling my agency to the next level. We have hit some great revenues this year, built some like team format, like the foundation is done. But in the next 3 to 6 months, I do want to reach certain revenue level in terms of my agency. So that is one thing I want to hit, like expand my team to 10 members, because that also depend like is completely related to the agency growth itself.
Mm.
And like, something I am also like working very silently right till now, I have the foundation ready for it, is launching a course is something that I'm looking forward to. But that may take some time still, because I have too many things on my plate right now, so I am just trying to go one thing at a time. Otherwise I'll just get overwhelmed and burned out. So I don't want that. I want to, sustainably growing the agency and all the things that I'm trying to do. So yeah, all of those things are there.
Mm.
I'm like, I have started posting on YouTube, so I want to grow that platform as well. Maybe
Nice.
at some point I can launch my podcast. I don't know. I would love to invite you for it.
Oh my gosh,
Learn
absolutely.
more about your journey. That is actually something that it's on my mind, but I have not committed to it yet, because I
Yeah.
want to just go one thing at a time.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
all of those things are on my plan, because I'm a very, very ambitious person, to be honest, and I want to do everything. It's like I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do everything. But it's like
Yeah.
I only had 24 hours a day. I just think I just wish I had more time to, do all of those things.
Mm.
But I think
Absolutely.
slowly and steadily I will get there, and it will probably take some more time, but all of those things is going to come true and is going to happen. So I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So before you said that you want to grow sustainably for your business, and I kind of get the feeling like, because you've got 7 people working for you, maybe like your decision-making process on projects, like has that changed, or have you always been, even when it was just you, been kind of like, oh, okay, here's how much I'll commit to and sort of like step by step? Or does having the bigger team make you approach those decisions differently and that planning differently?
My approach to work has not changed at all. It has been like very, very consistent since the beginning. I am always quite involved in the business. Even if there's a team, I am always like, in some capacity, I am involved, because I do think that my perspective can make some changes to some certain decisions. The team is there for the execution, and some of the members are also helping me, decide a few stuff, because have been there for a long time, so they understand the business better. But the my involvement in business has been still same. But yes, I'm still working it on a little bit, that to, letting go of some stuff so that I can focus on other stuff as well. So yeah, it's been a journey, and the agency has been only 3 years now. I think there are a lot of learnings too for me as well. So yeah, when I go grow the business further, because I think I will have to take let go of more, and so that I can focus on the business development process and not such integral decision making in the business. And yeah, so that these are the key things I also learned during my MBA, to how to build a business in a sustainable manner, as from a CEO perspective. You can't just be completely involved in your business, when it is becoming a job for you, like you are completely working 24/7. That's not how businesses are built sustainably. When you are the decision maker, you are the thinker for the brand, and the execution is being taken care of like very smartly and very strategically. That's when business can scale to a different level. And that's what I'm currently working on, like on myself, on the business, on my mindset, so that I can start to letting things go to a certain extent, and take the decision that really needs my decision making capability. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason I asked that question is just because, like, with my own experience with building the services side and the coaching side, and then so like with the services, I have a couple of sort of like regular assistants who, but they're still part-time, and then like I get in like contractors for certain jobs, and
Yeah.
but the dream of like having people who, like they're just website developers and that's all they do, and I feel, you know, fun like feel well, I give them work to do on a
Yeah.
continuing basis. It's kind of like one of like I guess that's that next leap into agency. But then like for me, when I've got people working for me, I find I'm a little slower and a little deliberate, and because I don't want to be that boss that's like, oh, let's do this amazing thing, and then it's like, oh, I'm burnt out now, we have to stop, like, which is what I did to
Yeah.
myself when I was on my own. Because, like you, I see all the ideas and I can see the vision, and sometimes it's
Yeah.
harder putting that into practice, like on a day-to-day basis, sort of thing for
No,
me.
it's really
Mm.
true. It's really true because that's why I am still a lot of, involved in a lot more capacity in terms of the strategies for clients and how to do all of those things like some projects I'm like more involved than other. So because I have a certain vision for the clients that I'm onboarding, so I do want that to reflect because they
Mm.
are trusting me as well when they are working with my agency. So I
Yeah.
always try to keep that like intact, trust intact, because if I can give like better perspective on some projects, I'll be more than happy to, right? So yeah,
Mm.
that I agree with you and I relate to you to some extent for sure.
Mm. Awesome. Okay, so we have covered so many amazing things today, and you've definitely given me a lot to think about in terms of LinkedIn and social media, and I've really enjoyed hearing your story. Of course, all of your links will be in the show notes, as well as for the LinkedIn playbook, which I'm super excited to get my own hands on. But for anybody who's like me, who maybe like doesn't want to go to the show notes, they're just like, oh, I'm going to go to LinkedIn or Instagram now, where's the best place to connect with you?
Surely, definitely. They obviously they can connect to me on Instagram, which is Lovely Datta here, my username. You can also check out our website, agency website, www.socialdelight.net. You can also connect to me and connect with me on LinkedIn, which is Lovely Datta. And yeah, I'll be more than happy to, connect with you, talk to you more. And if you want to get in like, direct like a mail, you want to get like personally connect with me, you can also send me an email to hello@lovedatta.com. So yeah, I'm really excited that I got the platform to share my journey and experience thanks to you. And anyone who is willing to connect, I would be more than happy to talk to them.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. And are there any last words of inspiration you'd like to leave us with, or for anybody who's maybe feeling a little worried about growing their business or being more visible or getting into like LinkedIn? What words of wisdom would you pass on to that person?
Absolutely, I would love that. See, the thing is that that's what I would end the session with, that currently 2025 and 2026 is coming very soon. So this is the best time to, invest in your LinkedIn, especially in your own personal brand across platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn, whichever platform you go for. Personal brand is going to get bigger and only bigger. So the sooner that you focus on that, your business will also grow as your personal brand grows, because both are very connected, with each other. So don't think of this as only growing your social media perspective anymore, because that thing is gone. Think about this as personal brand building for yourself, and that personal brand is going to help your business to generate more revenue. From that perspective, when you see, the growth is like the growth potential is endless, and the sooner you start, the more advantage that you will be having when like more people are coming in the industry and starting to build their personal brand next year. So this is the right time for you. So get started. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't think like when you will be fully ready, then only you will start. Don't think that. Start now, learn in the process, and then you will be ready. Just change the mindset to this one and you will be really good, because LinkedIn, Instagram, or any social media platforms is not that complex. You have to just understand a few strategies that really works. You have to create great content, the materials has to be really good, and engage on the platform on a regular basis, connect with your ideal audience strategically. All of those things, when you start doing together, things is going to fall in place, and social media can be a great platform and great revenue generator for your business. And when you if you think that you are not having the kind of time that needs to be done, needs to be put in to grow your social media, or you have the budget, then just go for a social media agency or someone who you trust can help you grow your social media. And we are always here open for business. So you can also contact us if you want to grow your personal brand or social media. So definitely.
Thank you so much, lovely. This has been like an amazing discussion. I still have so many more questions I want to ask you, but we've taken up so much of your time, and I appreciate everything that you've shared. It's been amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much to you too, because it has been actually a great chat for me as well. I was able to share a lot more in like context and input, because posting on social media is just a part, like you can only share so much, right? But when you are, such a podcast or somewhere someone is asking such great questions, you can give so much context to a answer. So definitely thank you so much to you. And I was so happy that I you invited me to for the podcast, and I'm so happy that I was able to share my experience and journey. I really look forward to the episode to be live, and thank you again so much, and thank you to the audience for listening to us speaking about all the things that we did. And yeah, thank you.
Thanks for listening today. If you're ready to grow through deeper connections, join me for Brave Coffee Connections. It's my free monthly Zoom call for coaches and service providers. No pitches, just real conversations that spark collaborations, referrals, and new clients. Plus, you'll leave with clarity, inspiration, and one brave action for the month ahead. Save your free spot at tiffanyGstudios.com/connections. That's TIFFANY for golf STUDIOS.com/connections. I can't wait to see you there.